The Lunar New Year celebration is a time for hope and family and is meant to bring in a year filled with luck and prosperity. Often referred to as Chinese New Year, this celebration typically lasts for 16 days, beginning on Chinese New Year's Eve and ending with the famous Lantern Festival. But do you know the meaning behind those red paper lanterns everywhere? Stick around for a few minutes to learn a bit more about these lanterns, lucky fortune strainers, and the Lunar New Year. If you open the calendar on your phone, the odds are good that you are looking at a solar calendar. You know, the one where every new year begins on January 1st? Well, the Lunar New Year is determined by a lunisolar calendar, which also takes into account the cycles of the moon's phases. Because of this, the actual date that the Lunar New Year begins varies from year to year, with it falling on the second new moon after the December solstice, usually between January 21st and February 21st. The Lunar New Year celebration is a long-standing tradition, not only in China, but also in South Korea, Vietnam, Singapore, and many other parts of Asia and throughout the world. As the Year of the Rabbit shoves us tigers aside for another 12 years, here are two objects associated with the Lunar New Year that are thought to bring good luck. A bokjori, or fortune strainer, is a symbolic festival object which is commonly found in South Korea. Made from woven bamboo, a bokjori looks like a ladle, but is actually based on the jori, a kitchen utensil used to wash rice before cooking it. The Korean tradition is to buy fortune strainers as good luck charms early in the morning on Lunar New Year's Day. As it is thought that the bokjori will bring greater fortune the earlier that it is bought, it's not uncommon to see street vendors selling these strainers just after midnight as the new year begins. Once purchased, the fortune strainers are then hung up high on walls and pillars and above doors. Often hung in pairs, bokjori symbolize good fortune and luck for the upcoming year. One final note, should you decide to buy some fortune strainers for your home to start gathering their sweet lucky energy, make sure that you don't try to haggle over the price, as that is thought to weaken the bokjori's power. Which brings us to the paper lantern, a decorative part of celebration and worship that can be found hanging in homes and public places throughout the world. Originating in China during the Eastern Han Dynasty, around 1900 years ago, paper lanterns were first used as decorative lampshades in Buddhist temples. Made by stretching paper or silk over a frame of bamboo or wood, paper lanterns gained popularity among the common people during the Tang Dynasty, around 1300 years ago, and are now seen as a symbol of China. Paper lanterns decorate the streets during festivals and important events, including the Autumn Festival, Chinese New Year, and of course the Lantern Festival. The 15th day of the first month of the lunar year brings the Lantern Festival, marking the end of the New Year's celebrations. During the festival, ornate lantern displays and fireworks are just a part of the many traditions, but red paper lanterns are by far the most prevalent. So why is that? The legend, in summary, is that long ago a hunter accidentally killed a magic bird, an act which angered the gods so badly that they promised to rain fire on all of the people, on the last day of the year. The wise daughter of the emperor was able to warn the people, who lit red lanterns and set off firecrackers to simulate fire. This seemed to satisfy, or at least trick the gods, and the people were saved, leading to the modern celebrations which represent the fire and the luck that saved them all. But then there's also Nian, a monster resembling a flat-faced lion dog with big teeth that comes out of hiding at the start of the new year to feed on humans and animals alike. Nian is afraid of loud noises, fire, the color red, and the full moon, so these key elements are everywhere during the New Year celebration. Red paper lanterns pop up in feng shui as well. It is said that 2 red lanterns hung near the marital bed, one on either side, can help aid fertility and lead to a long and happy marriage. The 2 lanterns should always be lit or extinguished at the same time so as not to disrupt this flow of harmony. Lastly, though red paper hanging lanterns are by far the most common, they're not the only ones used in celebration, as there are also sky lanterns, which are released into the night sky like tiny illuminated hot air balloons, and floating lanterns, which float on the water. As white is associated with death in China, white lanterns are often used at funerals and places of mourning. Yellow was once the emperor's color, and yellow lanterns were only used in the palaces during imperial times. But today, yellow lanterns are hung by students to bring them academic luck. Another color of lantern that is gaining popularity is green, with green lanterns representing health, prosperity, and harmony. No relation to the DC comic. But the lantern that we all know and love, and that hangs in every Chinese food restaurant in America, is the red paper lantern with the yellow tassels. In China, the color red represents luck, and the color yellow represents wealth, power, and prosperity. So the two combined on a paper lantern forms the ultimate good luck charm. And with that, we conclude this lucky tattoo dive. And as always, my wife is my tattooer. Now, before you ask, I'm not a communist sympathizer. I simp for good luck, and I don't care where it comes from. Thank you for watching this and sticking around until the end. If you enjoyed this or learned something new, consider subscribing to the channel for more lucky tattoo content. And be sure to leave a comment if I got something wrong. I've never been to Asia, so I had to rely on Google for my info. Stay safe, be cool, and until next time, goodbye and good luck.